Hello there and welcome. Today we're going to talk about the new mission that's incoming, Never Tell Me the Odds, and because it's got quite a different setup of objectives than we're used to. We're used to being able to contest all of the backline objectives from deployment, but this may not be the case in this mission because we've seen some of the cards where it seems like two of these backline objectives are going to be active, but which two is going to switch. So sometimes these two, but sometimes the middle one and one of the side ones instead. So let's take a look at how we can actually get that midline objective. So these ones are actually the same distance away from deployment as Sabotage Showdown. They're range 5 to the middle. So they are definitely contestable if you can line up or have your primary a little bit to either side. There's some wiggle room there. But this one, we'll start with just 40 millimeter bases. So we have Dooku's squad. We might as well just use him for that. So obviously deploying range 2, and we'll put Django straight in front, and that's definitely not going to be close enough. Or even within, we're range 3 from the center of the objective, which is 6 inches, so like 5.5 inches away. So even if Dooku has a large base with him, it'd probably be the B1s, but we've got the B2s ready here. We're still pretty far out, probably at least a couple inches again. Yeah, we're probably 2 inches out still. So, and having General Grievous instead as a 50 millimeter base will also, that only adds a centimeter for you. So getting closer, but still not. Probably like 1.5 inches at this point out. So you basically need one of these deployment abilities like pawns or the incoming ISBs where you get to deploy more than 1 inch from your primary. So we'll pretend that Dooku is a Republic primary, and you've got pawns, which allows you to deploy within range 2. And there's no 50, let's see. Yeah, there's no 50 millimeter supports for the Republic. Wrecker and Omega are 50 millimeter base, but they couldn't deploy with pawns because they are a secondary. So 40 millimeter base, and we're still out by pretty much a centimeter. So if there was a 50 millimeter primary or secondary, where you could also have Pawns' ability, you might be able to contest that middle one actually. Or if you wanted to be silly, I guess, and deploy Pawns and clones with Grievous, then you could contest that middle objective, I believe. Let's just measure it. Yeah, just touching. So if the Republic gets a 50 millimeter base that can be deployed with pawns, then that'll get you there. However, that's not currently how it is. But the incoming ISB supports with Iden, they have an ability that's going to allow them to deploy within 3 of their primary. So that will allow them to quite easily contest that point from deployment. And let's see, you even stay right in the middle, I think, and let's see if that actually allows you to contest the side one as well. Yeah, I think there's like a millimeter in between. So if we just bump a little bit to the side, I mean, we've got lots of wiggle room there, then we could definitely be deploying within range 2 of both of those objectives. So pretty much the only way currently, well, not even currently, they haven't come out yet, to be able to contest all the points, because of course your other squad could be contesting this one, is those ISBs. Pawns gets you close, but not quite. So, I mean, pawns might be an option you think about, because then you don't need to push someone very far to get them there. But you also want to be contesting the side objective. So let's see how far in we can be while still contesting the side objective. Yep. And well, so this is just, so we're doing no pawns now, I guess. So we're contesting the side objective. There, of course, would be one more person. But I want to see if a dash, so like, again, if pawns activated or anything like that, Rex, if we could then be contesting. I think that's a yes. No, not quite. So, so yeah, this is going to be quite the issue here. Now the thing is, it's just going to be kind of complicated, I guess, because normally you'd want the first person who goes to be able to contest a midline objective, but in this case, you might need to or want to have them instead contest this one, because that's a little misleading. This one is not going to be active, so it's not like you can move up and contest both. So yeah, it'll take some planning. Of course, with pawns, then that dash would be enough. But with basically anybody else, well, I guess, yeah, we could think about Wrecker again. Because because Wrecker is 50 millimeter base. So yeah, if say Rex or Pawns gave them a dash, then they could get to that middle objective there. So some interesting options. The ISBs are going to be the only ones so far to be able to help you contest all three objectives from deployment, because of course you don't know which two are going to be active when you deploy, and there's a 1 in 3 chance that it's going to be that middle one for you. So Pawns makes it easier for you to be able to do that with a dash, have somebody contest with just giving an out of activation dash to somebody, and Wrecker as well. And I guess in the same way, droids are going to be okay with that, because there's plenty of ways to give our 50 millimeter base supports a dash, which, as we just saw, will be another way to contest that point. But that would also mean Ewoks are set up in the same way with their 50 millimeter base supports. But the Republic would basically need Wrecker or Pawns to help them more easily be able to contest that point while still on their first activation, moving up to a centerline point. So hopefully this was interesting, and let me know what you guys are thinking about the new mission in the comments, and I will see you next time.